Hello, I am Mr. Rogers,
And I'm Mrs. Froman.
and you are watching the video notes. This is on section 2-4, and in
Two
this,
dash, yeah,
yeah, 4, yeah,
yeah,
we're on talking about cancer.
yeah. And I think everybody has somebody in their family or a friend that's been affected by cancer. Not a fun disease for
No,
sure.
not at all.
And it all goes back to the whole cell cycle that we've been talking about. So cancer is a disease where the cells grow and divide uncontrollably, damaging the body. So it's like the cell cycle kind of goes crazy, and it can't figure out when to stop dividing. They aren't able to understand the signals that they get from other cells to tell them to quit dividing, and they don't understand the signals from their own nucleus to tell them when to.
And the real problem
Start
is
and
it's your
stop.
own cells, though. It's your own body kind of turning
Yeah,
against
your
you.
body attacks itself. Yeah. So the change in that DNA is known as a mutation.
Okay. Mutations, I'll jump in there for
All right.
mutations. Mutations is when you have damage or a change in a portion of the DNA in a chromosome. So remember the chromosome was that wound up X, and if you unwind that, you get those strands of DNA. And if one portion that's damaged, that can change and tells the cell to do something completely different. So these mutations can be when DNA is replaced, deleted, inserted. Something's changed in that DNA. And so when your body reads the DNA, reads that book of you, now it's reading it wrong. It's changed the instructions of how you're made or how that cell, what it's supposed to do, and so it does something totally different or altered. So down here we have a picture. We kind of see, in the last lecture we talked about, here's that cell dividing, and here's a protein there kind of splitting it, unzipping the DNA. And what happens is sometimes, this could be one way that this mutation could occur, is there's a miscue when it's copying. It's not copied correctly. So if this was an A, an adenine, and this is supposed to be a thymine down here, that A to T is what's supposed to fit in right there. Well, now this time, for whatever reason, there's our adenine, and now let's say it's a guanine down here, that red instead, was made in that second copy. So now we've changed part of that DNA. That'd be a mutation in the DNA. And sometimes mutations happen, and nothing happens at all. There's nothing changes. But sometimes, occasionally, enough is changed where it does affect how the cell works.
So that tumor is a mass of abnormal cells that are developed by those cancerous cells. So as those cancerous cells just keep dividing and dividing, they pile up on top of each other and create this big mass of cells known as a tumor. And the way it spreads through your body is it gets into your bloodstream, it can travel to different organs and then start another cancerous tumor in other organs.
So it can start in one spot and actually spread to different places.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy to think about. There's different types of tumors. Some can be benign, they say, where that means the tumor just kind of grows on itself and the cells don't break off, right? They kind of stay in there.
They stay kind of all balled up together.
Or it can be malignant, and when it's malignant, that's when those cells can break off and can start spreading to other places, traveling in that bloodstream. And we preach on it a lot. I'm sure your parents do too, about diet and things like that and tobacco use, but the facts don't lie on this. The research shows that 2/3 of cancer is caused by tobacco use, unhealthy diets, think about those fatty fried foods. That's a major cause and contributing to causing cancer in people. And we have kind of a picture down here. Here's here'd be your femur. And if cancer can happen pretty much anywhere, any cells in your body cancer can happen in them. So here's a bone. This would be a type of osteocarcinoma, so bone cancer. There's a tumor growing on the bone.
So some of the ways that they can treat cancer, the best way is surgery before it actually spreads. So that's where they preach that early detection, have those different tests to find out if you have any cancers, so they can get it before it goes to other parts of your body. If it does start going to other parts of your body, they usually try radiation, which is like bombarding your cells with these high energy waves that kill off the cancer cells. And then there's the chemotherapy, which is a chemical they actually pump into your bloodstream that'll travel throughout your body. And it's chemo is chemicals, so it's chemicals that you put in your body that will kill the cancer cells.
And that's a tough one, because with chemotherapy, they say they target fast-growing cells, because cancer is fast-growing. So
Yeah.
that's why a lot of times in chemotherapy, people might lose their hair.
Lose their hair.
Your stomach lining is
they're-
fast-growing, so they have
Yeah.
upset stomachs. You can't eat
Yeah.
a lot of times. Yep. So it's
A lot of people get pretty sick.
a lot of side effects. It's not
Mm-hmm.
nothing perfect there. Oh, and we already talked about that one. So, 7th grade, what we're going to do, we're going to stop there for our lecture. We are going to link a video. We'd like you to watch that. It's much better animations. It kind of explains the process a lot better of how this happens. So,
Yeah, it goes all the way from the cell dividing to how it all happens, and
Really-
how it spreads and how it divides.
breaks it down with animations much better than we can do on here. So, we'll stop here and have you guys go and watch that then, please. Thank you guys for watching.
Bye.
Bye.